So as the compassionate Buddha, from the point or from the beginning of cultivating bodhicitta, accumulated merit for 3 countless eons, and then finally achieved enlightenment in Bodh Gaya, conquering all maras, and he attained the state of all omniscience, Buddhahood. And then realizing that profound nature, that even if this was taught, beings would not be able to understand. So he wandered in the forest. He said, I would rather abide in the forest without giving teachings, because sentient beings would not be able to understand. So at that point, Indra and Brahma, they knew that a being had attained enlightenment, or Siddhartha had achieved enlightenment. So he was called Buddha Shakyamuni, and he was not going to teach. So then they came down and requested Buddha to give the teachings. It is said that they offered, Indra had this conch swirling clockwise that he offered to the Buddha and requested him to turn the Wheel of Dharma. And Brahma, he has that golden wheel with 1,000 spokes. He offered that as an offering and requested Buddha to give the teaching. So the teachings are actually kept in the manner of will. Will that as the will sets to roll, whatever is on its way, it vanquishes, it conquers. So the teachings are like teaching, we say, the Dharma will. So the first turning of the will, as it is said, was taught on the Four Noble Truths. So today I'm going to talk a little bit on the Four Noble Truths. So the teachings actually, the Buddha's teachings are classified into 3 turnings of the will. So they're classified into 3. The first turning of the will, the middle turning of the will, and the final turning of the will, of the Wheel of Dharma. And the first turning of the will is called the teachings on the Four Noble Truths. So to briefly understand why Buddha gave the first teachings, the second teachings, and the final teachings. The first teaching was given so that to correct the understanding, to actually understand causation, cause and effect. So the teaching, the first turning of the wheel was given to understand cause and effect. The second turning of the wheel was taught to eliminate the view, or eliminate the wrong view, holding onto any identity, any characteristics as such as existing. So then the second turning of the wheel was given, and the second turning of the wheel is also called as the turning of the wheel on emptiness. The third turning of the wheel was taught on Tathagata Garbha, the essence of enlightenment, that all beings within their mind, there's inherent seed, or there is this inherent Buddha. So that such teachings were given. That teaching is called the teachings on the seed, or the Buddha potential, or the seed of enlightenment. And that teaching was actually given to correct the views of sentient beings, whatsoever kind of view, to correct that.